Hello, my beautiful Cappies. Welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. I'm Helen, and this week we are going to be looking at your energies and what is going on with you, what is going on around you, and what kind of situation are you in. So this time we are taking a bit of a closer look at some aspects regarding you right now, and we're going to close the reading out with a couple of oracle cards as well. So before we get into the reading, I just quickly want to remind you that this is a general reading, so please just take the messages that resonate with you, and everything else you can leave behind. Now we're starting off with the good tarot, and we're going to see what is your current energy and what kind of energy you are surrounded by. So let's have a look. Oh, wow, the Fool. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, Eight of Water is the underlying energy. Not really surprising, because the Fool always symbolizes a new beginning of some kind, or having to take a new step in a new direction, having to try something that you've never tried before, putting yourself kind of in the unknown. And the Eight of Water, or the Eight of Cups, that, as it is normally or traditionally in tarot, is all about leaving something behind. So it does very much feel like you are just about done with something, some kind of cycle, some kind of relationship, some kind of job, some kind of living situation, and you are very much turning your head towards the future and new experiences. This is very enthusiastic and very, very hopeful, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of getting a lot of hope with this Fool card. So that's nice. That's really nice. But let's see what is going on around you. Let's see. What kind of energy is Capricorn surrounded by? This one. Ah! Three of Fire, or the Three of Wands. A card of Aries, and it's a very, very auspicious, very, very positive card, actually. Oh, and the King of Air, or the King of Swords, is the underlying energy. So yeah, actually, now that I think about it, the Fool card, for me as a reader, is a card of Aries as well, even though it traditionally refers to Uranus. So it's actually Aquarius. But yeah, it's interesting. And the King of Air is actually Aquarius. So you're kind of getting two Aquarius cards and two Aries indications as well. So yeah, but it's very positive in any case. The Three of Fire, the Three of Wands, is all about expansion and growth and forward movement. So it's yeah, this King of Air could be someone around you, someone who is more mature, someone who is more experienced, someone who is very kind of like a role model, or someone that you can lean on, some kind of support system, or someone very, very reliable and very, again, very, very wise and very knowing. So that could be someone who is supporting you in these endeavors. I don't know why, but I just got like for some of you, maybe this is a person that you are getting into business with, like your new business partner or someone like that, who you're going to expand with, and that's kind of the new thing that you are embarking on. But I don't know, that was very specific, and that just kind of came through right now. So whoever that was intended for, that's that. But yeah, just generally speaking, this feels nice. This feels nice, this feels supportive, this feels very positive, and very promising as well. Very promising. Okay, but let's look at the tarot spread. This is the Wizard's Tarot, and I'm going to lay out a spread from the actual guidebook of this deck. So the way that I'm going to do it this time is somewhat different than I normally do my tarot spreads. So I'm going to speed you guys through this part as I'm laying all the cards out on the table, and then I'm going to walk you through them one by one. Okay, so I have been staring at your cards for a considerable amount of time. And I was just, it's so almost confusing because there's a bit of a, again, there's a kind of a contrast that I'm picking up on the table here. Because, as I was saying, your energy and your surrounding energy, both are really positive, and I don't get any like negative vibes off of either. So it's really confusing that we are getting all of these reversals and all of these really funky cards. And I mean, not like in a negative way, but just the way that they are coming out in this spread. It's kind of like, it almost didn't make sense to me. But I do feel like this, that this is the right spread because the underlying energy is the same card of your environment or your environment's energy, but it's in reverse. We have the Three of Wands over here, which is kind of like the overarching theme of the spread. And now that's actually the point that I feel like I want to start at, because what I'm getting here, remember when I was saying that you're very hopeful, you're very enthusiastic, you're very, it's like a very like new and exciting energy with the Fool here. I kind of get that it's so exciting that it's actually even somewhat impatient, which is kind of what I'm getting with the Three of Wands, where because the Three of Wands is not like it's not like a fast energy. It's movement and it's expansion and growth, but it's going to take time for you to actually see the results. And even though this is your environment, so I feel like even though expansion and growth and movement are there, I feel like you might not have the patience to wait for the actual results. You might want to kind of get to the end result, get to the end goal way more quickly than what you actually are able to do, or what you're actually capable of doing. And it's also interesting because with the Fool, it's kind of suggesting that things are very much at the beginning stages, that you have just begun, or you are just beginning some kind of like brand new interesting cycle. Because if you remember, the underlying energy was the Eight of Water, so that means that you have left something behind, or you're walking away from something. The time frame is going to differ for you guys. Some of you are still in the process of kind of switching gears and leaving some stuff in the past and kind of stepping into a new cycle. Others of you have already stepped into a new cycle, but it's just at the very, very, very beginning stages. So it's going to be different for all of you. And also just thinking of the major arcana cards, the Fool card comes right after the World card. So again, it's kind of signifying that some kind of major ending has happened, or some kind of major closing off of a cycle has happened, and now something new is beginning. But again, emphasis on the word beginning, which means that getting to the end of something or getting to some kind of result is going to take time. Now, I'm going to walk you through the cards one by one and kind of tell you what I'm sensing, but as I said, it's kind of confusing. So the first card over here is indicating what it is that you're after, what it is that you're trying to do. And we have the High Priestess in reverse. And this, to me, is screaming like wanting to get to the bottom of things, wanting to know the secrets, wanting to know like the truth or the key to a situation, or like the winning formula or something that that is not knowable. And okay, that maybe came off so confusing, and I'm sorry if it did, but it's kind of like you're trying to get access to some kind of information that would help you fast track this journey or this new chapter, like kind of see beyond the veil, see beyond the obvious and the surface level, and get some kind of secrets, get some kind of insight that would help you reach your goal quicker. Because again, this impatience is kind of what is coming through the strongest here. But then we get to the middle part of the reading, Ace of Swords in reverse. And this card is telling us that that you don't really have the information, because this is talking about the main challenge that you are facing in the situation. And when the Ace of Swords comes out in reverse, it's saying that it's something that you can't know. It's something that you don't see, you don't have the information, and possibly it's something that you can't find out, because it's part of the journey. It's actually experiencing the journey, right? Like part of getting to the end result, part of getting to the goal is to actually experience, to go through the journey with its ups and downs, and you know, go through lessons, learn, grow, develop. And I feel like I almost get the sense that you kind of want to bypass that, or almost like you want to guarantee that you're going to get to the positive end result, and you want to get there really quickly. And I know that it sounds so, I hope that it makes sense to you. You obviously know your own circumstances, but as I said, it's so confusing to me. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling with these cards, and then you can take them as it resonates. But yours is a more complex story, I'm feeling like. So yeah, the main challenge here is that you can't know the information that you are trying to find out, or that you're trying to access. So you don't have the information. The positive thing in the situation, which is the Two of Cups in reverse, this is your most helpful strength in this situation. And this is telling me that you are very self-reliant, that you're very independent, and that you don't necessarily need anyone to rely on or anyone to help you, which this like independence and self-reliancy those are amazing traits. And especially in this situation, I feel like they are really going to help you, because that's kind of what you need to get through the journey, to get to where you want to go anyway. And you possess that skill, you have that self-reliancy and that determination to achieve things by yourself. So that's kind of just a reminder for you to tap into that trait of yours. But when we get to the other side, which is the Page of Wands, this is talking about a certain kind of weakness of yours, or something that you should avoid doing in a situation. And with the Page of Wands, again, I get this restless energy. This not really wanting to stay put, not really wanting to commit, and kind of being in a hurry, being in like a very hasty mindset, and just wanting to rush through things, wanting to get to somewhere, like get somewhere really quickly. It's kind of mirroring this full energy that you are in right now. This very enthusiastic, very optimistic, or very like excited and hopeful energy. But it's kind of coming out as something to look out for, to not let that enthusiasm kind of go to the extreme, where again you get to this point where you are restless, where you are impatient, where you are trying to fast track the situation and just kind of okay, it sounds so strange, and it's not actually how I mean it in a literal sense, but I just heard the word cheat. Like you want to cheat the system a bit, like you want to cheat the universe, and just kind of get to your destination in your own kind of clever and a bit sneaky way. So that's just something to look out for in this situation, because it's not going to really do you a whole lot of good. It's better to focus on your self-reliance and your strength, your inner strength, to really tap into your own skills and your own talents, and focus on everything that you have, everything that you possess, everything that you are capable of, and really rely on that. And it kind of segues me to the last card, which is the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is the advice for you in the situation, and this is just kind of telling me to to keep, or I should say, it's telling you to keep a level-headed attitude, to not let your feelings of like impatience or feeling like you need to get there quickly because, like, I don't know, time is running out, or whatever the reason for this haste and this rush is that you're feeling, you kind of need to get that in check and not let your emotions overpower you, and let yourself be run over by your emotions. Kind of need to keep a very level head in this situation, a very calm and a very cool and a very reasonable, very rational approach, which in truth is not really something that you should struggle with a lot, because being that you are an earth sign, you are very practical, very pragmatic anyway, and you know how to work hard, you know how to be resilient and go through situations that are difficult. So you have all of the necessary skills. It's just important not to let the underlying like emotions or whatever is stirring up these feelings of like wanting to rush ahead and feeling really impatient, not allowing those emotions to run wild and kind of bombard you in a sense. So I hope that made sense to you, because as I said, it's kind of like, doesn't really make all that much sense to me, or I don't know. I hope that it's useful to you, and if it is, then make sure please to give me a thumbs up so that I would know that it's actually resonating with you and that it does make sense to someone, which is the most important thing. But before we close this reading out, I also want to give you a couple of oracle cards. We're going to start with the Queen of the Moon oracle deck, and we're going to see if we can get any last pieces of advice for you. Oh, I think this one wanted to come out. Ooh, purity. Oh, it's kind of going with the Fool card. And balance. Yeah, balance. Yeah, balance. You definitely need balance. As I said, it's even funny the way that this deck is illustrated. As I was talking about keeping a like a level-headed approach, or having a level-headed approach. It's funny that there is actually like a cloud, and these moons are coming out of the cloud, and she's kind of balancing it all in her head. It's kind of like, it's, as I said, it's just funny. It's funny how these are kind of going together. So yeah, just keeping a level head is very important. And with this purity, I just kind of feel like this is kind of, as I said, it's tying in with the Fool card. So keep the innocence and keep the hopefulness and keep the optimism, right? Those are really, really good emotions and traits to have. But just kind of let it be, right? Just let it be. Let it be what it is. And I feel like trying to micromanage anything, or trying to kind of sneak your way through the situation, or again, like work some kind of magic is what's coming up, even though we don't have a magician card here. But I just kind of feel like you're trying to do something, or like manipulate. I kind of get this magician-y vibe, like you're trying to like manipulate energies, or you're trying to get access to some kind of like universal secrets, or some kind of secrets, or some kind of unknown information that would help you along. I don't know what this is, but anyway, it's just like kind of confirming the notion that just keep the way, like just let things be, right? Just let things be. There's no need to micromanage. There's no need to kind of try and make the situation something that it isn't. Yeah, okay. And I'm also going to give you a last helpful mantra card. This is the Healing Mantra Oracle deck. And yeah, then we'll close this reading out. So please give me a healing or helpful mantra card. Okay, Capricorn. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, we had this encounter and conflict, but it kind of slid out of the deck and I wasn't really feeling it. So I'm just gonna leave it on the deck, not really take it. But these other two cards that came out, I do want to take these. We have Greeting Wellness and Discovering Happiness. So the first one says, balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. And the other one says, I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. So these are really beautiful mantras and they are very, very appropriate for this spread as well. Because again, remember we had a card of balance. Oh my goodness. And behind that, we have extremes and behind that we have beginnings. Okay, I'm gonna put those back now, but that's kind of what the cards are. So it's funny. It's funny how these cards sometimes come out. But yeah, it's so we have kind of like balance come out twice. So it is a very, very important keyword for you guys. I'm going to read these mantras 3 times for you, both of them. And if you want to, you can say them with me, because saying something 3 times is going to give it the kind of most power, the most potency. And if you don't want to say them with me, you can just listen, and that's fine as well. Okay, so starting with the first one, Greeting Wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. And the second one, I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. And so it is. So there we go. I really like that we got those 2 cards because again, I feel like it goes so beautifully with the Purity card, which was again, as I was talking about, all about just letting things be and not really worrying about things, right? Just letting them be. So yeah, it's sorry, these cards are all messed up because when I mix these cards, when I shuffle these cards, sometimes like half of the pack just kind of flows or flies all over the table and then it just messes up the spread. But anyway, so that's it. That's the spread. I'm going to leave you guys there. Thank you so much, my sweet Capricorns, for watching this reading. I really hope that it did help you in some way. And again, if it did make sense to some of you, then please do let me know and give me a thumbs up because it would mean so much to me. And also, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe so that you wouldn't miss out on all the future fun. And that's it. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Please take care of yourselves and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.